But then you've got next Saturday off. Is that a good time to not to play games, or would you rather still play?
I mean, it's a win-win. We rest, but then again, coming back from resting, sometimes it be a little shaky, but I feel like our next competition is Rollins. So we know what they're capable of, and we know what we got to do to beat them.
Okay, Stasia, congratulations. Another nice win.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see you next week.
See you.
Stasia Titer, 19 points, 11 rebounds for the Spartans as she picks up another double-double. Titer with 19, Nelson with 2, Nudge with 13, Eshu with 7, Cody with 9, McClure with 2, Ingram with 13 to round out the Spartans. They were 25 of 47, ended up 53% shooting for the day. On the other side, Scott with 8, Allen with 8, Ebb with 2, Daniels 2, Sedlikova 6, Morton leading this team with 11, Hawkinson with 6, Julius Daughter 4, and Doan with 5. Spartans win it by 13, 65-52. They are now 11-4 on the year and 17-6 overall this season. Men's game coming up in about 30 minutes. It'll be the men taking on the Florida Tech men with the number 1 scorer in the conference for Florida Tech. For Scotland, this is Jack Ike saying thanks for joining us. We'll be back in about 25 minutes for the start of the men's game.
do we need to get the name of the manager? It's something Perkins. Ishmael? Okay. All right. Well, I'll come on at the 2-minute mark, Jack. We're just. And by the way, the stats are wrong on the standings are wrong on there again. So I'll take care of it. Numbers. All right, here we go.
And a very pleasant good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Sunshine State Conference basketball here from the Bob Martinez Athletic Center on the campus of the University of Tampa. It's time for the game, the men's game, between the University of Tampa and the Florida Tech Panthers. The Spartans ended their 7-game losing streak by winning at Palm Beach Atlantic 66-63 on Wednesday night. Marco Downer had a career game, a career-high 16 points, career-high 11 rebounds, and 4 block shots. Over the last 3 games, he's averaging 10 points, 8.5 rebounds, and 5 block shots per game. He is really coming on, the freshman out of Jamaica. Florida Tech, meantime, has a record of 8-13, 2-11 in the Sunshine State Conference. They lost at Florida Southern in their most recent game, 103-92. Derek Murphy led the way with 34 points. He leads the Sunshine State Conference in scoring, and he was joined by Seshawn Russell, who is a new addition to the team, a freshman from London, England, who is averaging 20 points a game. He's only played the last 5 games, but he has been a real factor for this team. So 2 20-point scorers, and it's going to be a much different game, I believe, than the first time around when Tampa won by 30 at Florida Tech. Scott Lynn, along with Jack Ike. And Jack, this game is going to be kind of an interesting battle because it won't look anything like that game from December when Tampa won by 30.
You know, when I saw that they had a player averaging 20, or 2 averaging 20, but one had only played 5 games, I thought, did he just play the first 5 and got injured? Then I went and researched it. He's played the last 5, so right. I said he obviously was a transfer that became eligible, and that's a lot of points.
That's a lot of
and
points.
And he's making an impact.
He is. He scored a career-high 25 points against Florida Southern in their last game. His first game out, he had 10 turnovers against Palm Beach Atlantic, but 21 points. The next game against Rollins, he got more into the groove, 18 points, 8 boards, 6 assists, 3 steals. He is a 6'1 guard. And he's pretty good.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, it sounds like he might be pretty good.
Create his own shot.
Right. Now, we're going to have the starting lineup in the national anthem here in just a moment, but we also have a moment of silence, Jack.
Ishmael Perkins has been the manager of this Spartans men's basketball team for quite a few years, and he was confined to a wheelchair. Would see him and his dad at every game, and just a great family. And he just passed away suddenly midweek this week. According to Justin Pekka, he was at practice that day, and his mom went to move him, and his heart just gave out.
Very sad. Here's that moment of silence here. And now we will have the national anthem and then, of course, the starting lineups just ahead of this game between University of Tampa and Florida Tech.
Yeah.
And Jack, this is a very special game about to be played because it's a very special afternoon here at the University of Tampa.
It's the Children's Fighting Against Cancer game, and a number of kids with cancer in the area were invited to come to this game for free. All arranged by Justin Pekka, working with the Children's Cancer Center in Tampa, and also they're promoting the American Cancer Society 3-point pledge contest. And if you sign up for that, any 3-pointers the Spartans make between actually started February 1st and the end of the regular season, you pledge to fight cancer as well. I signed up for it, and halftime of the game, my daughter will be giving a speech.
Can't wait to hear, Devin. That'll be great.
She had a ghostwriter.
Did she?
Yeah.
You helped out, or somebody helped out?
Just a ghostwriter, that's all I'm saying.
That's kind of what you do for a living, so I thought that might be the case. Well, we'll have the starting lineups here for you in just a moment. The players are being introduced right now, but we're waiting for us to get the official starting lineup on the stats. A little slow on the entering here. But we will tell you again that Florida Tech is 8-13, 2-11 in the Sunshine State Conference. They've lost 8 of their last 9, all games in the SSC. The leading scorer, obviously, has started every game this season. Derek Murphy, Sunshine State's top scorer, 22.6 points a game. He is a redshirt junior from Detroit, Michigan. He was injured last year and sat out in a redshirt situation. And the other guy that we talked about was Seshawn Russell, number 25, a 6'1 freshman from London, England, a transfer from UMass Lowell. We also see Valsan is the point guard, and he is the second leading assist man in the Sunshine State Conference at 5.5 assists per game. He's number 15, a 6-foot junior from Iceland. Also, we see number 21, Mate Pape, a 6'8 sophomore from Budapest, Hungary. He has not scored a point in the last 4 games, but he does bring some size into that lineup, probably to try to match up a little bit with Marco Downer from Tampa. And also number 23, Nija Jordan. He is a 6'8 sophomore from Jacksonville, Florida. And number 35 is Antonis Papanis. Papanis is the leading 3-point shooter on this team, 6'6 guard from Athens, Greece. I think I named 6 players there. so that's the starting 5.
One will start in a penalty box.
And the
one's goalie or something.
Russell's the guy who will be coming off the bench, the guy who's averaging 20 points and has only been with the team now the last 5 games.
I noticed he hadn't started.
Right. He's going to be in running for 6-man honors. Starting lineup for Tampa, Freddie Ibrahim, number 5, number 15, Devon Colley, number 21, Anthony Gamble, number 23, Cedric Bellarmine, and number 34, Marco Downer. Again, Marco coming off his best game of his young career, the 6'9 freshman from Jamaica, 16 points, 11 rebounds, and 4 block shots. He had a career-high 6 block shots in the last game we saw here, and we swore that we counted 8 block shots in that game.
They're going to review the tape.
They're going to review the tape and see about that. But he had 4 officially against Palm Beach Atlantic on Wednesday night, and they're saying that he could have had maybe 3 more. It's Ibrahim with the first shot of the game, a 3 that does not go. Downer with the rebound, up and in. Marco Downer has really, we talked about it at the start of the season, project.
Yes.
Not a lot of experience, and boy, he is really coming on.
And just that move there seems so simple, a head fake, go up, make the basket. He would not have done that. He might have had the ball slapped out of his hands earlier in the year. This time he secured it, little head pump, laid it in.
Trying to get it to Derek Murphy, knocked away by Cedric Bellarmine. Both teams have injury problems. We've talked about it a lot. Alberto Moreno, by the way, came off the bench Wednesday night, his first game back after he had missed 5 consecutive games. But he is back now, and there's a shot. A 2-pointer is good. We're tied at 2. Also, no Vincent Biffle. We might not see him still for a while, if at all. We hope that he is able to get back. Downer, turnaround. Look at that big man play.
As far as Biffle goes, he said maybe the end of February is his plan.
So hopefully if they can get into the postseason and make a little bit of run in the conference tournament and beyond, that would be a great thing. Now, Florida Tech is without their leading rebounder and the number 2 rebounder in the conference, R.J. Coyle. He has a shoulder injury, won't be back for a time. So that's a tough loss, certainly for the Panthers. Missed shot, Tampa going the other way. Colley zips a pass inside. What a nice pass by Colley. Bellarmine laid it in. Wow, that was a terrific find. A no-look pass threaded the needle with the left hand off the dribble. And it's 6-2, Tampa on top of Florida Tech. Tipped away by Bellarmine, very active. Devon Colley, who's come on lately in scoring with a nice play. And now the pass by Gamble to Ibrahim was not connected. Now going the other way, the shot is put up, no good. And Murphy really threw one up there, forced it up, and I think there's no question Downer impacted that. The lob, no good. Bellarmine tipped it up. Colley got a hand on it, and it's a held ball. The arrow pointing to Tampa, so the Spartans will get it. 6-2 Spartans here early on.
Boy, both teams looking to push the ball up and down the floor.
Yeah, they are really moving, aren't they?
You add up, we joke about this on occasion, but you add up the 3 baskets the Spartans have.
Yeah.
Probably about 2 feet.
Yeah, that's right. I think I said Spartans ball. I misread the arrow. I stand corrected. It was actually, obviously, Florida Tech basketball. My apologies. This is Russell, who's checked into the game. Boy, he wasn't down there long, was he? Russell, no good. And here comes Colley pushing ahead to Bellarmine. Bellarmine lays it in on a little finger roll. Timeout is called by head coach Billy Mims. Mims in his 14th year at FIT. Picked up his 200th win at Florida Tech in the championship game of the Florida Tech Thanksgiving tournament this year. And he's had to adjust in the absence of R.J. Coyle, their top big man. So timeout on the floor, 17:30 left here in the first half. Tampa 8, Florida Tech 2 here on the SSC Digital Network.
And at Jimmy John's, they are freaks about fresh bread, meats, and veggies because that means better sandwiches for all. Freaky fresh, freaky fast. Jimmy John's is freaky, yeah.
Mentioned Alberto Moreno came back on Wednesday night. He had limited minutes. The trainers said you can only play 20 minutes or less. He had 18 minutes of court time and scored just 2 points. So obviously that kind of skews his numbers as far as his season averages. He's now down to just under 12 points a game, but still the top assist man and the leader in steals for the Tampa Spartans. But Alberto Moreno will come off the bench at some point today. No Pat Bacon, the leading scorer last season for Tampa, out. Played only 3 games this year, went out with a broken foot, had surgery, hoping to get a medical red shirt for next year. I'm Scott Lynn, Jack Ike alongside, and it's nice to be with you here on the TampaSpartans.tv and the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Here is Murphy. He's a load. Bellarmine guarding him. Oh, rejected by Downer. He's got a chance to be the SSC Player of the Week if he blocks a bunch of shots again. Up, no good. Rebound. Hauled in by Anthony Gamble. Gamble, by the way, did not practice yesterday as he suffered a hip injury. Lobbed it Downer inside. Brings it down. He's fouled. He'll go to the line and shoot a couple of free throws. Just a 32% shooter on the season, but he, again, there's room for improvement, and he'll work on that in the offseason. You can't
improve on everything immediately.
Yeah, that's right. But again, Anthony Gamble did not practice yesterday. He suffered a minor hip injury in the Palm Beach Atlantic game on Wednesday night. Did not practice. They said he's going to try to play today. So whether
looks to be running okay.
He looks fine at the moment. I only mention that because it was told to me that he might be a question mark.
And you don't need another player hurt on this team.
So, again, no Vincent Biffle, no Pat Bacon, two of the starters at the start of the season, and then no Alberto Moreno, who's been such a key, missed 5 games but did come back Wednesday night. And now forcing a turnover, the Spartans. After the 2 made free throws by Downer, we should mention that. I need to mention that positive aspect.
Yeah.
Maybe he has improved in all areas.
Immediately. Well, this is the start you want. And, Justin Pecca said it last week in the midst of the 7-game losing streak. He said, you come to practice, you wouldn't know if we'd won 7 in a row, lost 7 in a row. Even keel, always into it.
Good point. There's a shot by Colley. No good. Look at Bellarmine go get that one. Gets it out to Ibrahim. Into the lane. Colley will try again. Same spot. Same results. Tipped out again. And it ends up in the hands of Pafanis. It's pushed ahead and now blocked from behind by Bellarmine. And it's off of the player standing out of bounds, Russell. An incredible rejection by Cedric Bellarmine.
We've known Bellarmine was a good rebounder, good shot blocker. You had Downer playing under control, doing the same thing. That's a dynamic duo.
Well, Justin Peckett told us at halftime of the women's game that both these teams are different. He goes, we've lost some players and they've gained one very important player. 3-point shot by Gamble is no good. Rebound hauled in by Pape. But the other thing is, Tampa's a different team now, I think, because of the emergence of Downer. As you say, Downer and Bellarmine, that's a couple of good big guys. Colley, nice spin move out of trouble. Left it for Gamble, got it back. Ibrahim kicks it out. 3-point shot by Bellarmine is good! Cedric Bellarmine makes it 13-2.
But all is right in the world if Bellamine's knocking down threes.
Just his 5th made 3 of the season. But you know what? 33% plus on the season, so it's just not, he just hasn't taken many. And now a blocking foul in the backcourt on Colley leads us to a timeout. What a start for the Tampa Spartans. They led at Palm Beach Atlantic and then had to hold on for dear life. Ended up winning by 3 on Wednesday night. But tonight off to a great start. 13-2 Tampa over Florida Tech here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
And at Florida Orthopedic, their urgent care. Let's give it up to the Spartans team physicians at the Florida Orthopedic Institute. It is Florida's largest orthopedic group. That's Dr. Seth Gasser and his sports medicine team. They keep our players active and safe on and off the field with their ortho urgent care just minutes away in South Tampa. And University Dining Services by Sodexo allows you to choose from 27 dining stations. They serve breakfast, lunch, dinner, late night, and snacks. The official concessionaire of UT Athletics is Sodexo Campus Dining. Visit the UT website and check dining services for variety and hours.
An 11-0 run over the last 3.5 minutes for the Spartans. During that time, the Panthers of Florida Tech have missed 5 straight shots. They have 3 turnovers during that stretch. It has been all Tampa thus far, 13-2. Downer and Bellarmine have combined for the 13 points. Bellarmine with 7, Downer with 6. The rest of the team is 0 for 5 from the floor. They are 5 of 5. To your point, not very many long shots so far, except for that 3-pointer by Bellarmine just a moment ago. This is Russell off the dribble, picks up the ball. He goes inside now to Papanis. Papanis kicks. Nice move, got himself free. Now here's Murphy, open 3-pointer, and he missed it badly. Colley with the rebound. Murphy, just a 30% shooter from deep, into Bellarmine. Got the shot blocked from behind, and he's fouled going to the hoop again.
Spartans have just been so aggressive early in this basketball game. They are 5 of 10 from the floor, whereas Florida Tech just 1 of 7. That's just 14%.
Cedric Bellarmine is off to a terrific start. He's had 5 double-doubles this season as he makes that free throw. So he's now 3 of 4 from the floor, including 1 of 1 from deep and 1 of 1 from the line. He's got 8. Bellarmine, career high 17 points and 16 rebounds against Palm Beach Atlantic in their first meeting. Inbound. And what's the issue? I think we have the scoreboard has gone out.
Well, that doesn't happen in a couple games.
Well, I asked
what's a regular occurrence.
One of the officials before the women's game came over, and he was talking to me, and I said, "Have you experienced the scoreboard dropout?" And he goes, "No. What are you talking about?" I said, "Well, it seems like lately the second half of the season, there's been an issue with the scoreboard, some electrical issue. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but the scoreboard power loses all power, and it's gone right now. It's not so bad if it's just the score, but unfortunately it's the clock as well. And it's the 30-second shooting clock is the whole deal. So
I guess the good thing, when it all comes back on, it remembers where it left off.
Yeah. If not, I can tell them it's 15-2. Tampa off to a tremendous start. And I did not see this coming, although, in that last game, back it was December 8th at Florida Tech, 99-69 was the score. Gamble led the way with 27. There were 4 other Spartans in double figure scoring.
Sending the players to their respective benches.
Yep.
No sense having them out there waiting.
And only Florida Tech player in double figure scoring in that game was Derek Murphy. He scored 33. I mentioned, his last game. He had a big game the other night. he does lead the Sunshine State Conference in scoring, but he had a 36-point game against Berry 2 games ago, and then last game against Florida Southern scored 34. So he's had 70 in his last 2 games. Anyway, we got
scored a lot.
Yeah.
They lost 103-92 against Florida Southern. They averaged 73, so that game was just above and beyond what they normally do. But when you play Florida Southern, that's going to happen. You play at their pace.
Now, there are a couple players, and I don't know the circumstances, but there were 2 players who played against Tampa in that game who are no longer on the roster. It might have been playing time issues or whatnot. I don't want to speculate. But bottom line is those 2 players no longer on the roster, apparently, but they've added Seshawn Russell, that freshman who just a terrific scorer, and it seems like he does everything. He has scored in double figures in all 5 of the games in which he's played since joining the FIT Panthers. His lowest game, 18, and he's done that twice. His high was the 25 he got last game against Florida Southern. But he had a great, 8 rebounds, 6 assists against Rollins, I mentioned, 5 steals against Berry. So the guy, 6'1" guard, he does a lot of things for him, it would appear. So you join him with Derek Murphy, and it definitely is a different look. And yet, the Spartans have answered the call here. I mean, it's been an impressive start. 13-point lead.
This is as long a delay as we've had. If we were a radio station, we'd be considering throwing it back to the studio.
Yeah. For the studio update, yeah, that would be good. Well, you said it always comes back with the score and the time, but it didn't hold the memory this time. So we'll stay here. Again, Tampa has gone through some tough times. Obviously, the Spartans fans who are watching understand that this has been a season of frustration. In that they were 9-5, and then overcome a couple of the injuries, but. When you lose Vincent Biffle, who's averaging over 13 points and about 6 rebounds a game, one of your steals leaders, I mean, he now has not played in 8 of the last 9 games, and again, whether he comes back remains to be seen. And he's a junior, so, I mean, he will come back. He has another year of eligibility. But again, you had Pat Bacon out since breaking his foot in Game 3 of the season. You were without Devon Colley. He missed 5 straight games at one point with an injury. Alberto Moreno missed 5 consecutive games and is just coming back. Also, I believe there was another injury in there. I'm trying to remember. But, I mean, there have been other guys dinged up, and obviously
Brent Duncan, I think, missed something earlier.
Yep. So, I mean, you've had a situation where guys do get injured. They do get dinged up. But Tampa's had its fair share. But I just don't think you can talk about Florida Tech and what they lost when they lost R.J. Coyle with this shoulder injury. 6 double-doubles this season in 17 games played. He averaged 11 points and 9.4 rebounds, the number 2 rebounder in the conference. Team high, 26 blocks, averaging 1.5 block a game. That's kind of in the ballpark as Marco Downer, who is the leading shot blocker in the conference at 2.5 per game and 43 total blocks, far and away the leading shot blocker.
And he oftentimes early in the season would start the game but not play that many minutes,
right,
and then get subbed out for.
Well, and against Palm Beach Atlantic, he got 2 quick fouls and didn't play. I mean, I think he ended up playing 30 minutes, but he sat a good part of that first half. So to end up with 18 points, there's 16 points, 11 rebounds, and 4 block shots officially. That's a pretty good night.
Alberto Moreno into the Spartan lineup. Part of the thing with Alberto, and he's wearing a pretty sizable knee brace, but the other thing is missed 5 games, can't run, conditioning.
Oh, yeah.
So you're not just going to put him back out there.
Whistle and a foul. It's on Gamble. First foul on Gamble. 2 team fouls now for each team. Inbounding is Trey Shanaville, a freshman from Melbourne, Florida. And that's going to be a traveling violation. I mentioned Shanaville, just a freshman from Vieira High School in Melbourne. He is the high school's all-time leading scorer in basketball and football.
Really?
Yeah. You don't see that often.
But you love to see 2-sport or multi-sport players.
Yeah.
And they make a big point of that. when they look at all American teams or all pro teams, that almost all of them were multi-sport athletes.
3-point shot straight away, no good. Downer with the rebound. He tries to put it up, lost control. Shanaville with the ball going the other way for the Panthers. 15-2. There's Shanaville for 3, no good. And that was certainly a rebound they could have had, and it's rejected.
Who gets that one?
Well, it looked like Downer, but I'm not 100% sure.
I thought so, but there were 2 other Spartans.
It's going to be Downer. Yes, Downer does get the credit. Yeah, there were 2 players right there. And that apparently happened in the Palm Beach Atlanta game as Bellarmine with the steal on the inbounds. There were 2 blocks that were credited to Bellarmine that Downer could have received as well. Moreno is fouled and will go to the line to shoot free throws. And that's the thing that's incredible. Is all of a sudden you had, we've talked so much about Cedric Bellarmine and his presence around the basket and the block shots. He averages over a block shot a game. And now you got another guy who's even better at it.
Yeah.
Boy, there's nothing easy at the rim, and that makes your whole defense so much better. The Spartans are 3rd in the conference in scoring defense, giving up just 71.6 points a game. And they need that because they are last in the conference in scoring themselves at 72.6. 17-2. Florida Tech. Fans, if you are just tuning in, I don't believe it either.
No. But you know what? We've been doing Spartan games long enough to know, hang around.
Hang around. It could get interesting. But you got to like, if you're a Spartans fan, you got to like the way your team has come out to play. Here's Derek Murphy.
Yeah, definitely.
Long 3, straight away, good. Just don't let him get started, okay? He's got 5. All 5 Florida Tech points. That was his second 3-point try, his first make. Gamble drove the lane, threw it out of bounds. It's a turnover. Might have even traveled. It's the second turnover for the Spartans. Florida Tech has 5 turnovers already. I think the stats monitor just gave Florida Tech a 6th and did not give Tampa the 2nd.
They also gave Tampa a 3-pointer that should go to Murphy.
Yeah, in fact, that turnover was actually credited to Papai, but it was a Tampa player. It was Gamble that turned it over. So if you're following along on your computer or on your phone and you're looking at the stats, don't.
not till we give you the word.
Yep. Here's Murphy. Looks, shoots, no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds off 3 Spartans. Tried to battle it. 17-5 is the score. They've corrected, apparently. Yep, we got it.
Okay.
Turnovers are right, scores right, we're good to go. Tampa has missed 6 of its last 7 shots. That's why it's still 17-5. That shot no good. Tipped up and around. Murphy got it momentarily. Knocked away. Boy, 3 players got hands on that ball. It looked like a pinball. Gamble ahead to Moreno. And Moreno goes to the rack, puts it up. No good. Rebound hauled in by Russell. Ahead it goes. They lob it up. No good. And that's going to be a basket because Downer slapped the backboard. The ball was no good. The shot was no good. It was already off the rim when he hit the backboard. And he rolled his eyes and hit himself on the head and said, that wasn't smart. Just gave him 2 points.
Yep.
But the good news is, he goes after every shot.
Yeah.
Everything he thinks he has a chance to get. And those opposing players know that.
Earlier in the year, we've talked about how raw he was, and he was getting called for fouls a lot more earlier in the year, too.
A long 2 by Colley is no good. Russell the rebound. Russell quick to the basket. Nice dish, and it's retrieved there by Papanis. To Murphy. Murphy. Shanaville, 3. Dribbled out of trouble and hit it. It's a 7-point game right now. Down from 15.
I think somebody said, don't go away.
I believe I heard that somewhere. 8-0 run in the last minute 45. Moreno to the basket is fouled, and I do think he traveled. before he put the ball down. And I know there are some fans behind me from Florida Tech that are pleading with the official to have noticed that. Got away with it, and he'll shoot free throws as a result. 11:34 left here in the first half. It's Tampa 17, Florida Tech 10. You're watching it all with Scott Lynn and Jack Ike on the SSC Digital Network.
Sailport Waterfront Suites in Tampa. Tampa's only all waterfront, all-suite resort located on beautiful Rocky Point Island, just minutes from UT. Sailport is a refreshing alternative to typical big box hotels with spacious. They've got spacious rooms and waterfront relaxation. With Sailport Waterfront Suites, an official partner of UT Athletics. And for generations, Krispy Kreme has been serving delicious donuts and coffee. Stop by for an original glazed donut, or they've got other varieties paired up with a coffee, though. Visit the nearest Krispy Kreme on Wednesday, any day of the week, on West Kennedy. Krispy Kreme serving hot donuts now. And if you're looking for a tidbit, 7 seconds in the microwave. Krispy Kreme is perfect.
My mouth's watering just thinking about it, because it does. It melts in your mouth. You take a bite of that. You got to be careful. Let it cool for just a moment.
Okay.
You know.
All right.
So it's not too hot, and it won't be too hot at 7 seconds.
Yeah.
I don't. But that's the disclaimer, the medical disclaimer that I'm offering. Well, after the 17-2 lead for Tampa, 8 straight points by Florida Tech has made it a 7-point game. And Alberto Moreno will go to the line. Suffered a little bit of an MCL injury, missed 5 consecutive games, came back Wednesday night. 2 points in 18 minutes, makes the free throw, snapping that 8-0 run by Florida Tech. You know, you look at this game, it's a big one for Tampa as they're trying to qualify in the top 8 so they make it to the postseason SSC tournament. As both free throws are made by Moreno, it's 9 points again. At the start of the week, you didn't like their chances all that much. They'd lost 7 straight, and they were tied for 9th with Rollins. They did get the win at PBA on Wednesday night. Whistle and a foul. So they got the win, a narrow win at Palm Beach Atlantic on Wednesday, and now they're off to a very good start here. If they win this one, all of a sudden, things look a lot brighter. 7-game losing streak's over. You win a couple, start to feel good about yourself. But there's a long way to go in this one. Murphy for 3, no good. Rebound by Colley. Devon Colley, first-year Spartan. He's a junior, eligibility-wise. Nice feed inside to Bellarmine. The ball knocked away from Bellarmine out of bounds. Downer had the ball down there.
I don't know if it was his feed.
Yeah, well, I think it was. I think he saw it. I think he did.
Thought it just slipped out conveniently. Oh, Colley. Nice move.
Colley is fouled. He does the old play that they always say, you got to keep your eye on the guy that's inbounding or he'll throw it off your back.
On him. Yep. Got fouled on the way up.
The key there is if you're going to do it, you got to jump inbounds and be planted before that ball reaches your hands.
Yep.
Colley executed to perfection, and it's a double-digit lead again. Colley's first point. Misses the second.
Nice tip.
But Colley got the ball.
Bellarmine with the tip kept it alive.
Given to Moreno. Colley sets a screen. The ball was blocked as he was going up. Got it back, puts it up. And they're going to wave it off, and an offensive foul is called. Must have been a chicken wing out, or
I guess
maybe
so.
cleared his way out. That's the only thing I can say. We didn't have the angle to see that, and that official on that side was the one who called it, the far side. And from his angle, he might have been able to see that better.
He saw something we didn't see.
Yeah. A terrific shot.
Yeah.
It did go down, but that's a big call. Takes the 2 points off the scoreboard. And gave Moreno the foul. Pass inside. A nice block by Bellarmine. And the ball's out of bounds to the Spartans.
Blocked it right back, and Noble caught it and then went out of bounds.
Cedric Bellarmine with another block shot. He's got 2 blocks in this game, so does Downer. The officials, Tyrone Archie, John Washburn, and Terry Jones today. Whistle and a foul. Foul's going to be called on Mekhi Noble, the freshman from Jacksonville, 6'8", out of Potter's House Christian Academy. Let's come off the bench here. Bellarmine to the line. He has a chance to be the first player in double-figure scoring in this game. Didn't see that coming either.
No.
A little short on the first one. He is a 47% shooter on the year. And the further bad news on that is he's the leading Spartans in terms of attempts.
Well, he's so aggressive. He gets to the line a lot. There's, I think, Downer over the back.
Yeah, they got Downer. That'll be his second personal foul. Bellarmine missed them both. So he now has 104 attempts on the year. He made his first 2 in this game. Didn't get those 2. Well, that changes the game a little.
Yeah.
And again, that's, you like the hustle, but you don't want to foul going for a rebound like that.
So they get Freddie Ibrahim back in.
Because Downer means too much to lose at the midway point of the first half on a foul that far away from the basket. Russell picked up by Bellarmine. Drives down the lane, lost the handle, out of bounds to Tampa. That's the 6th turnover on Florida Tech. The Spartans have 3 turnovers in this game. Gamble, by the way, we mentioned his hip injury, kept him out of practice yesterday. He's yet to score in this game.
1 shot, I think. Yeah, no, 2 shots. Had a drive. 1-3.
Long 3 by Colley. It's long and ends up in the hands of Russell. Ibrahim had a shot at that long rebound, I thought. Here's a 3-point shot that is drained by Pafanis. Pafanis, their top 3-point shooter, 36% on the year, 7th in the SSC, 52 of 144 coming into the game. He's a leader in attempts and makes in 3-point shooting for this team. Bellarmine kicks it out. There's Gamble for 3. He drains it. And he pointed out you, Jack, as he is wanting to do here these last few games.
Won't tee him up for that.
Yeah, that's right. You've told the story. He got a tee by being a little too celebratory.
Taunting the other team.
Yeah, so Jack told him, just taunt us. We won't tee you up.
Yes.
And another steal. Colley pushes ahead.
Oh, bowling pins there.
Moreno and Pafanis collide. And look at this scramble. Spartans with it. Big time numbers. Moreno reverse up and in. Billy Mims thought there was a travel there and didn't get it called. Shanaville across the timeline, stolen by Colley. What a game he's having. Colley to Moreno, right-handed layup. And just like that, it's back to a 14-point Spartan lead, 27-13.
Colley did a great thing there. He got the steal and was going down the left side. He didn't even look like he wanted to shoot, but just didn't look like he was going to do anything with it. And that kept Shanaville staying with him. Then he just dished it.
And he picked his pocket from behind, ahead to Gamble. Throws it down! 29-13. And it's the largest lead for the Spartans in this game.
Nice run. Devon Colley with both of those.
He is having a tremendous game. He's really started to look to score more, but he's also playing tremendous defense. And I'll tell you, Trey Shanaville looks almost shell-shocked.
Yeah.
He's a freshman, and he is like, wow, this is the big leagues.
Yeah, this isn't Melbourne High School anymore.
Free throws coming up here after the foul. And we will take a quick break here because with 7:33 to play, we have a break in the action. 29-13, Tampa leading Florida Tech on the SSC Digital Network.
And for fresh made hot or cold subs, visit Firehouse Subs. At Firehouse, our subs are made the firefighter way. They are served steaming hot, loaded with the finest fresh sliced meats and cheeses, located at 2617 West Kennedy Boulevard. Firehouse, founded by firemen. And your trusted Tampa Subaru dealer is Mastro's Subaru, located at 6402 West Hillsborough Avenue. Customers can view the large Subaru inventory. They can also receive full-service maintenance on vehicles. And as a Spartan sponsor, watch for Mastro's UT staff and student service specials at Mastro's Subaru. Our reputation rides with you.
Devon Colley has a career-high 4 steals in this game, and they've all come here in the first 12 and a half minutes
in a flurry
of this game. His career high was 3. That was against Shaw back in December.
But well, he set up Shanaville for the first one of the flurry, and Shanaville just thought he had dribbled him out of trouble because Colley was really ghosting him for a long time, and he kind of glanced away. Shanaville kind of glanced away like, all right, and then boom, he lost the ball.
And that last one, when he was right here in front of us, or just to our left, Shanaville again kind of dribbled off, didn't feel him coming from behind, and he literally reached around him. We talk about it so often. If you reach around a player, more often than not, you're going to get whistled. But it was such a clean steal, there was no way he could be called for it. So to the line goes Russell.
Refs often call that just because it doesn't look right.
That was so clean. Here's Russell. He'll shoot 2. First one is good. 80% shooter. He's only played in 5 games, but he's averaging 7 free throw attempts per game. 28 of 35, 80%. He has scored, as I mentioned, at least 18 in every game he's played for the Panthers.
He has 2.
Career high is 25. The last game against Florida Southern. Into the game here is Brandon Baker. Baker, the lefty, gets it inside to Bellarmine. Leaves the pass for Baker. Lays it up. No good. Baker's still out of bounds when he corralled the rebound.
He was a little bit too surprised at how open he was on the drive.
He was wide open. Baker, the sophomore from Louisville, Texas. 6'5" swingman.
His dad played here.
Finally got it into Pafanis, who gives it back. Darius Wright running the point. Here driving is Noble. He puts it up and is in, and it will count.
Foul on Baker, trailing the drive. It's always interesting to see who Richard Schmidt will go to with his second or third sub. It may be Brent Duncan. It may be Brendan Baker. Baker's been getting the call more often these days. Might be Tyler Wilson.
Well, might be. Richard Schmidt.
Today it was Baker.
Veteran coach in his 36th season with Tampa. He has a career 705, 393 record. 38 seasons, first 2 at Vanderbilt, Division I. But 705 wins as a head coach. Big number. Colley gives Ibrahim. Splits the defense, drives, throws it up. Oh, tough shot.
Literally.
In order not to charge. Pretty basket there by Moreno. Moreno did a nice job of splitting the defense and getting the hoop. 10 points already for Moreno off the bench in 8 minutes.
Noble drove there and started to go up and then kind of pulled it back like he wanted to pass, but there was no one there.
And he didn't charge. That was the big thing.
That was probably what altered his thinking, as he thought he was going to charge.
Moreno splits the difference. Baker back to Moreno. Lost the ball. Knocked away by Pafanis. 3 by Moreno. Feeling it. No good. Rebound. Hauled in by Russell. Seshawn Russell picks it up in the backcourt. Got it to Wright, who pushes ahead to Murphy. Murphy throws it up. Tough shot. Oh, they're going to bail him out with a foul. Whistled. And it's on Bellarmine, I believe. It is his first foul. 2 free throws coming for Derek Murphy. He, coming into the game, 115 of 179 from the line. He has taken nearly a third of his team's made free throws, and he has taken 35% of the team's total free throw attempts.
Wow.
8 double-doubles on the year. Last year, he was injured and sat out, but he leads the SSC in scoring, as I mentioned, and Murphy just 2 of 9 from the floor so far in this game. He does hit both free throws here, and he's got 7 points. 11-point Spartan lead, 5:43 left, first half. Scott Lynn and Jack Ike with you. Hope you're enjoying it here from Tampa. A beautiful day once again here in the Bay Area. That cold weather is over. We're back into the 70s and 80s for highs.
I was talking to Kelly Carpenter, who represents the Children's Cancer Center, as kids were invited to come to this game for free. And I said, how many kids are coming? And she said, I got a lot of responses, but a lot of them were a Saturday afternoon. Oh, Devon Colley with the 3. Where it's just a tough time to be going to a game right now. We've got activities going on.
The Spartans just absolutely dominating play at the moment. Another 3. It's good! And Ibrahim got away with a taunt. Got right into the face of the defender. 17-point lead, matches the largest of the game. Or perhaps that is the largest.
Yeah, I believe it is.
I think maybe 16 was. Murphy misses the 3. It hit. Nope, they're going to call a foul on Tampa. Going for the rebound. So that's going to be a 1-and-1 coming up for one of the Panthers. Looks like Russell is going to be the first to sprint to the free throw line. In case there's any question.
He's so new, he doesn't have his name on the back.
Yeah.
Everyone else does. I think that's the only team in the conference that I know that puts the team last names on the back.
Russell makes the front end of the 1-and-1, so he'll get another. 3 points for Russell. He has 5 rebounds, tops on either team. The 6'1" guard.
So the Spartans weathered the first storm, had that 15-2 lead, then it was cut 17-10, or 17-2 lead, cut to 17-10. So now it up to 17, back to 15 right now.
Well, certainly Alberto Moreno with 10 points off the bench has been a huge factor. The good news is, they've managed to hold on or even extend the lead while the big guy down there is on the bench. Bellarmine lost it, got his own rebound. He had a good, easy look, but put it up too strong. Whistle and a foul. Two free throws coming.
That was a Justin Pekka rebound there for Bellarmine.
Yeah.
Justin said that one of the reasons he averages about 10 boards a game is half of them are off his own missed shots.
Yeah, he averages 3.5 offensive rebounds. And probably 3 of those are on his own.
He's scoring much better. He's shooting much better, but I say, well, then that's to his credit.
Yeah. Darius Wright makes the free throw. We see Harry Craik, number 10, checking in. A 6'5" junior from Scotland. We talked about the women's team from Florida Tech having an international flavor. 7 different countries represented. I'm looking at Craik from Scotland. Iceland, Valsan, the point guard. Hungary is represented by Pape. England, London, England is, says Sean Russell. Greece for Papanis.
Yeah.
Baker can hit the 3, shoots it. It's long, up over the top, no good. Brent Duncan is in the game as well.
Toledo, I've heard that's foreign country to some.
It is.
I only say that because my brother-in-law lives there.
Is he watching today?
Probably not.
Probably
Very
not.
busy.
Oh. And he doesn't really like you that much anyway, I heard. We do have fun, don't we? 3-point shot is drained by Darius Wright. Only a 20% 3-point shooter, but he can make them, and he just showed why.
Even if it's an inside joke, it's still funny.
Yeah. Wright, by the way, I say 20% shooter. That's this season. There was one game last season against Puerto Rico Bayamon. He was 5 for 5 from beyond the arc.
Wow.
Whistle and a foul. Colley will go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. Colley, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 points. And he'll go to the line, but there's going to be timeout first, under 4 minutes. So we'll take a break. 10-point game right now here in Tampa. The Spartans leading Florida Tech 37-27 on the SSC Digital Network.
And the Embassy Suites downtown is connected via Skybridge to the Tampa Convention Center. The Embassy Suites offers a convenient location. It is close to dining and entertainment right in downtown Tampa. Located just a few blocks from campus. Come stay in luxury at 513 South Florida Avenue. And Walter's Press Box on Southdale Mabry is Tampa's original sports emporium and eatery. It's been serving sports fans for more than 20 years. The Press Box, Tampa's favorite place to watch the big game. The Press Box located at 222 South Dale Mabry. Big game, of course, was last week. Eastern Michigan against Dayton.
Yeah, who won that game?
I think Eastern Michigan in
was it
3 overtimes.
That much better than that other game that was on TV.
That's true.
About the same amount of scoring. Or
the
maybe.
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
2 high-powered offenses accounted for 1 touchdown.
And I saw some NFL players very upset on Twitter that the MVP award went to an offensive player in a game in which there was 1 touchdown.
Wow. Yet in 85, and I'm a Bears fan, when the Bears win 46-10, Richard Dent got the MVP.
Yeah, you don't see. I mean, I don't know who you would have given it to in that
Not
game
sure.
either, because
I was
there was
napping.
not one player.
I
that
don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody stood out.
No, nobody in my mind.
Yeah.
Even the commercials weren't that good.
They were okay.
Just okay.
Yeah.
There were a few. that I liked.
I like the NFL 100-year one.
That was a very good one. That one stood out.
That was about 3 minutes worth. I guess the NFL said, we're taking time.
It's our game. We're going to take time out. 12-point game here. Under 3.5 to play first half. Harry Craig zips a pass over to Noble. Noble gets it out to Murphy. Murphy picked up by Bellarmine. Launches a 3 and drilled it. A tough shot because Bellarmine had a height advantage and was up in the air. That was a good make by Murphy. He's got 10. First Panther player to get into double-figure scoring. Bellarmine kicks it to Colley. Colley zips the pass inside. That one did not find the intended target. Noble to the basket. And it's going to be a blocking foul, and it counts! A chance for a 3-point play, and suddenly
17-point lead is down to 7, maybe 6.
And that would make it a 2-possession game if you're thinking 3-pointers. So, my, oh, my.
Spartans are on another scoring drought after weathering the storm earlier. It was 37-20, so it's a 12-2 run at the moment.
The Panthers have made their last 3 shots from the floor and 5 of their last 7. Noble, the freshman from Jacksonville, misses the free throw, tipped up and hauled in by Brent Duncan. Duncan, the junior from Atlanta, Georgia, 6'6".
According to our stats monitor, you look at the trends for Tampa, 3 of their last 3 field goals, 5 of their last 7, yet their lead has been sliced by 10.
That's actually FIT.
Oh, okay. I thought it looked like UT.
Yep, I did too. I had the same issue. That's going to be a foul, and free throws coming up. Ibrahim, number 5. Fouls number 5, Darius Wright, battling for the rebound.
So things changing a little bit here.
Boy, you think? 7-point lead for Tampa. But yeah, Spartans, no field goals the last 2:44. And meantime,
John Whitaker checked into the lineup as well.
Free throw good. 2-possession game here. A long way to go in this one. Spartans have led by 17. Florida Tech has never led. But stick around.
It's only 5.
Yeah, the momentum is turned in their favor. If you missed it, the UT women beat Florida Tech 65-52. Another double-double for Stasia Tyler. And now offensive
I don't
interference.
think it was going to go in, but he did tip it on the rim.
Yeah, there's no question.
I think it was falling off.
And again, I think we have an issue here, just from a standpoint. Richard Schmidt's complaining, but from our angle, that was clearly the correct call.
Oh, yeah.
And I think maybe from their angle, it looked like it was not on the rim at all.
It was falling off the rim and out, but it was on the rim.
Murphy missed the layup. Brent Duncan got the defensive rebound. Colley throws a lob too high, and it's going to be another incomplete pass. Turnover.
Richard Schmidt not happy. Sometime it may look right, but you got to pull it back.
Well, it would have been spectacular.
It would have been.
But you need a perfect pass and a perfect catch. I really wouldn't know. I've never been up that high, but I think it's
only when I've been cleaning the gutters and I was on a ladder.
Yeah. Got to
scary.
Have just like Bellarmine, you had to have your steps just right.
Yes. So I get scared at that height.
So a chance to make it a one-possession game for Florida Tech. The Panthers trailed by 17 early. They trailed by 15 before they blinked.
Yep.
After getting off the bus. 17-2 was the score at the start of this game. That shot is long. Colley grabs another rebound. His fifth.
Well, you got a minute and a half to go. You want to make sure you're at least up by 5.
They're in a zone. They lob it. And Duncan off his hands, I think. Oh, they're going to give it to Tampa.
The ref at the baseline said, I didn't see it. He was kind of blocked by the standard.
Outside official called it. Billy Mims did not disagree too much. John Whitaker, as you mentioned, in the game. 6'6" senior from Fairfax, Virginia.
Well, this zone's bothered the Spartans a little more lately.
It has. Ibrahim fouled, will shoot 2. 1:13 left in the half. It's a 5-point Tampa lead.
Tampa already 11 of 14 from the free throw line. A lot of free throws. Wouldn't have hardly any in the women's game. Now the Spartans are 11 of 14, and FIT is 11 of 12.
Ibrahim to the line. Sinks the first free throw. His first free throw attempt of this game. Freddie, 82% shooter on the year. Well, again, the Spartans have managed to hold on to their lead, albeit trimmed dramatically, with Downer on the bench with the 2 fouls.
And Anthony Gamble out as well with 2.
Moreno has 2, Gamble, Baker, Downer all with 2. Somebody's got to be on the floor, though, so they're playing. There's a 3, no good by Wright, but the rebound picked up, now tipped around, and here getting on the floor is Whitaker, and it's a held ball. It will be Spartan basketball, yes.
And Moreno also on the bench with 2.
Yeah.
So you really, the smart thing to do is sit them, because at the time you had a comfortable lead. It has been sliced, but you're still in the lead with a minute to go.
I failed to mention that Mekhi Noble, the freshman for Florida Tech, has 4. He has 4 fouls in 7 minutes.
Wow.
That's one of those freshman kind of games. Timeout by the Spartans as Colley launched
an 80-footer.
Yep.
After the whistle.
Yep. But timeout. So they'll talk things over. 7-point lead. 50 to 28. 50 rather. 50.4 seconds left. 28 on the shot clock. A 7-point lead, down from the 17, the largest of the game. But again, the Spartans got off to a great start and have managed to hold on and have gotten it back up to 7 and a chance to make it even more so before the end of the half. I mean, again, you look at this conference race, again, only the top 8 teams of the 11 make it to the conference tournament. And the Spartans are in danger if they go into any further tailspin of not being in that SSC tournament. You'd like to play a first-round game, even though you'd have to play it on the road. In all likelihood, you just still want to have that chance.
And they're at Rollins next, and that is on Wednesday. That's a team below them in the standings. And then they are at St. Leo after that, a team just above them in the standings.
Yeah, they desperately need to win their home games and to steal a few on the road, and they did get a road win against PBA Wednesday night. 15 on the shot clock. Colley gives to Ibrahim. Freddie, 8 to shoot. Awful pass, just an awful pass, and Darius Wright picked it off. They can go for the last shot if they like, and Billy Mims calls and says, let's hold it for a while.
Scott had a good idea.
15 seconds left in the half. 7-point lead for the Spartans. Bellamy got his hands on the ball momentarily. Russell drives down the lane to the basket. Picked up, dishes off to Jordan, and he's out of bounds with 1.4 seconds left.
Not a lot of time, but you should be able to inbound it and get a shot.
And Colley launches for a 3. No good. Would have counted, apparently, but It's no good, and we've reached the end of the first half. Alberto Moreno off the bench with 10 points in 10 minutes, the leading scorer for Tampa. Murphy, the SSC's leading scorer, Derek Murphy, 10 points, leading the way for Florida Tech. It's halftime, and it's going to be a very special halftime show. Jack, of course, will be very proudly watching his daughter speak to the fans here.
Got to get the camera ready
on this
here.
Very special night. Yeah, why don't you go ahead and take off here. Turn off your microphone and get ready for the big show. All right, 41-34. It's halftime. Tampa leading Florida Tech. Scott Lynn and Jack Ike with you here on the SSC Digital Network. We're just about a minute away from the start of the second half here in Tampa. At halftime, the University of Tampa Spartans lead Florida Tech by the score of 41-34. 10 points for Derek Murphy, leads the way. He's just 3 of 12 from the floor, 2 of 4 from deep. The leading scorer in the SSC at 22.6 points a game, on his way to coming close to that average, I would think. 7 points off the bench for 2 different players. Darius Wright, 7 points in 8 minutes, and 7 points in 13 minutes for Mekhi Noble. He has 4 personal fouls, the freshman does. The Panthers shoot 9 of 28 from the floor, 32%, 5 of 10 from three-point range, however, and 11 of 12 from the line. They out-rebounded the Spartans 21-19. Tampa with the lead, led by the 10 points off the bench in 10 minutes by Alberto Moreno. 9 points, 2 rebounds, 2 block shots and 4 rebounds for Cedric Bellarmine. 6 points, 4 assists, 5 rebounds, and a career-high 4 steals by Devon Colley, the Spartans' point guard. 6 points, 2 block shots for Marco Downer. He only played 10 minutes because he picked up 2 fairly early fouls. There are 4 Spartans with 2 fouls. Nobody has 3. And as I mentioned earlier, Mekhi Noble with 4, the only player in foul trouble for Florida Tech. The Spartans shoot 40% from the floor, 12 of 30, 4 of 14 from deep, 13 of 16 from the line. Florida Tech has never led in this win. The Spartans led by as many as 17, but it's 7 as we get ready to start the second half. Jack Ike.
Well, they cut it to 5 just before the half, and I thought if you can keep it at 5 or get a little bit more, do that, and they did. They upped it by a couple, but they've had the good lead. They've had a couple runs at the lead, and so far they've held on. But, when it was 17-2, I said we've been around this team long enough to know don't go home and give up on this game, no matter who you're cheering for.
No, that's absolutely correct. Spartans have had a tendency, not just this season, but in years past, in recent past, to have allowed that to happen. Now, Tampa came into this game tied with Embry-Riddle at 4-10, Rollins at 3-11, right behind, and Florida Tech last in the conference at 2-11. But this game could be going right down to the final shot. We never know, as we will see. FIT with the basketball to start the second half. Here, I thought he was going to shoot the 3. Now he does. Papanis launches no good. Rebound by Downer, who is now back on the floor. Nova Southeastern, by the way, leading the conference at 12-2 coming into the games today. Lynn at 11-3, Florida Southern at 10-3. Eckerd is 9-4 in conference play. Tried to get it inside. It's knocked out of bounds by Jordan. It's nice that when you have these names and numbers that sort of go together. Number 23, Jordan.
Yes.
That makes it an easy call.
Whoa, that is deep.
Long 3, no good. Right. Grab the rebound. Murphy to the hoop. Into next week by Marco Downer. Oh, man. 3rd block shot by Marco. He's had at least 3 block shots now in the last 4 games.
He's 6'9", and so you say, well, he should be able to do that. Not necessarily. That's a talent. That's a skill.
My goodness. A near steal by Colley. It would have been his 5th. He had 4 steals in the first half, the most he's ever had in a game, at least here at the University of Tampa. He is in his first year here, the junior from Las Vegas, played for a couple years at Central Wyoming College.
You can tell he's getting more familiar with his role and his teammates, too.
Well, they thought he was going to be the starting point guard right from the start of the season, but then he missed the first 3 games. Then he was injured, and it's just been, I think he's just now starting maybe to get his legs playing shape. Long 3 by Wright, no good. Bellarmine was pushed in the back by Murphy. And Murphy's going to pick up his 2nd personal foul. So at the start of the day, Tampa and Embry-Riddle are tied for 8th in the men's standings. The UT women in 2nd place, battling Eckerd for the right to go in as the number 2 seed in the conference tournament. In all likelihood, they're never going to catch the team that's out on top.
4-game difference with, I think, 6 to go.
Colley, Gamble, inside it goes to Downer. Dribbles once and had it knocked out of bounds. He was about a step too far from the basket to just go up and dunk it. So he dribbled one time, and then by that time the defense got there to knock it away. Colley to inbound. 7 to shoot. They zip it around. Ibrahim, 4. He knows he's got to shoot. Here's the countdown. There's the runner. Little teardrop, no good. Ibrahim knocks it out of bounds. FIT ball. So neither team has scored in the first minute and a half of the second
start.
Tampa got off to a 17-2 start. If you joined us late, it was unbelievable. They just did everything right. Total domination. But FIT got back within 5. It was a 7-point halftime lead.
That might be a charge. No,
that blocking foul. And they're going to say he was in the act of shooting. Looked like a pass-off, didn't it?
Yeah.
I could be wrong. They're saying he was, I guess he passed off because he was knocked down. No, they did call it on the pass-off. Initially, I thought he signaled 2. In fact, that's what Billy Mims saw the same thing I did.
Yeah.
He said, you said it was 2. I think maybe that official was overruled by the crew chief. Perhaps. So it's inbound. And they get it to Murphy. Gets by Bellamy.
Oh,
another block by Downer.
Boy, that one, he went way up to get.
That's 4. I'm making it official here. 4 block shots for Downer. Don't miss the count there. And now a bad pass by Gamble. He thought that Ibrahim might cut to the basket, but Freddie was going to the corner. Misconnection, and we're almost 2 minutes into the second half, and again, neither team scored. Well, I guess you can trade turnovers at this point if you'd like.
Yeah.
The rest of the way. if the Panthers promise not to score anymore.
It's not the recommended way to play, but
Jordan lost the handle. It ends up, though, in the hands of Pafanis, and he scores over Downer.
First bucket of the second half for either team took 2 minutes, 10 seconds.
5-point game. Tampa still on top. Marco Downer with 4 block shots here. Inside it goes to Downer. Kicks it out to Ibrahim. Now Gamble, 4-3. He drilled that baby. Gamble with his second triple of the game. He's got 8 points.
See, now we're just getting half-hearted points. He's not taunting us.
No. He's tired of pointing at us, I think. And a foul by Colley.
He says, I know it doesn't bother you, so I don't have to really give an emphatic one.
That's right. Maybe we didn't respond appropriately last time. I'm not sure.
I think he's like, I so want to turn toward the other bench.
Maybe so. To the basket. Another block!
Feed. There you go.
Ahead to Ibrahim. He lays it off the glass. And it's 46-36. What a nice block shot by Downer. His 5th.
Good job by Gamble to see the streaking Ibrahim, too.
And yes, they do have all 5 on the official stats monitor.
All right.
And another rebound for Marco. His career high officially is 6.
Yeah.
Now he has done it, and he points right at you, Jack. He didn't look at you. He's getting so cocky. He is just so cocky.
He just knows where I'm sitting.
He knows right where you are. He has that great court sense. He knows Jack Ike's sitting right there as he points behind him. 49-36 timeout here in Tampa. The Spartans lead the Panthers of Florida Tech by 13 here on the SSC Digital Network.
And the Barnes & Noble bookstore has all your needs in one spot. Stop by and grab the latest UT gear, snacks on the run. They've got thousands of accessories for all your everyday needs. Open Monday through Saturday. It's located on the first floor of the Vaughn Center, but you can shop online anytime you feel like it at www.utampa.bncollege.com. And the official chariot of the Spartans is Mart's First Class Coach. If you need to charter a bus, go online to www.marts, that's with a Z, first, spell it out, .com. martsfirst.com.
So I got my iPad up. connected to the internet. I'm trying to find the SSC scoreboard. Maybe you can grab that, navigate that better than me at the moment. I'm not sure. Knock yourself out.
There is a scoreboard out here.
Where's Devin?
Yeah.
we need somebody.
He's sitting with some friends.
Yeah, okay. I think that's
I went to the...
I know. I think that's men's baseball, or that's the schedule for
that's the schedule. Yeah.
These websites.
I know.
I give up. 49-36 as we start the resumption of play. Russell running at the point, defended by Ibrahim across the timeline. Knocked away into the backcourt. Freddie dives and almost stole it again. Great hustle by Freddie Ibrahim. To the basket. It goes inside. The ball is blocked from behind, and a whistle and a foul called on Gamble.
Here we go, maybe.
It is. Gamble picks up his third foul at the 16-16 mark. Richard Schmidt, who's seen a lot of basketball and a lot of calls that he agrees with and a few that he didn't agree with. That one would be one that goes into the latter column there. The free throw by Harry Craik is no good. Craik only shooting his third free throw of the season. He had made his first two.
I found it, but I can't get over to basketball.
Oh, I got you. Okay. Well, we'll see if I can. All right. Well, I can maybe make that happen then.
Spartans have upped the lead to 12 again, though.
Indeed.
Weather the storm.
Moreno back in the game. 10 points in 10 minutes off the bench in the first half. Normally a starter, but he's coming back from the injury. Nice find. Nice find of Ibrahim cutting. Wow.
Gamble picked up his third, so he's going to sit for a while.
Right. Down to Noble. Noble to the basket, throws it up. No good. Got it tipped up. No good. Bellarmine with the defensive board. He's going coast to coast here. Gives it up to Colley, who is pressured and throws it. Ibrahim does a nice job coming to get it. 11 points for Gamble, 10 for Moreno, leading the way for the Spartans. And Colley drains a three, his second triple of the game. He's got 9 points.
Back to 17. So 5 at halftime. Spartans are on a 16-3 run this half. 15-3 run.
Yeah, and it's, 13-1, I think, over the last 2:15. There's a shot drained by Murphy. Derek Murphy, averaging 36 minutes on the court in each game, and that leads the SSC. Murphy with 12 points, the only scorer in double figures for the Panthers. There's a long three up and over the board into the hands of Murphy. Inside, tried to dish off. That's some of that unfamiliarity, I think, in the ball. It's a held ball. Oh, nope, timeout was called before. And so with 14-18 left in regulation, it's Tampa 54, Florida Tech 39 on the SSC Digital Network.
And the Crowne Plaza offers business travelers high levels of comfort, service, and amenities. Visit Crowne Plaza Hotels and Resorts. Crowne Plaza is the place to meet.
How did Devin feel about her performance at halftime?
She liked it. She thought she did a great job.
Yes,
well, I shouldn't say she thought she did a great job. She thought she did well.
She did well. Yeah. Absolutely.
It was too bad there weren't more kids able to make it, but a Friday, I keep saying that, a Saturday afternoon, 4 o'clock, just too much going on.
Yeah.
Which is good to know that kids who have survived cancer have too much going on.
Yeah, that's a very good thing. She was only here, I think, because you knew you were going to be here, right? you had to be here, so...
She might have had things going on.
She might have done that as well. No, she did a great job. And it's certainly a great cause. And as a cancer survivor myself, I know that this nasty disease touches so many people, so many families, friends, families. It's just always a battle. Darius Wright will inbound for FIT. He passed and off the hands, I thought, of Craig, but it apparently went off the hands of one of the Spartans. Tyler Wilson, number 0, is in the game right now for Tampa. Wilson, I think, making his first appearance on the court today. Inbound to Murphy. 14 to shoot. Now Murphy down low. To the rim. Puts it up high. No good. Rebound into the hands of Moreno. He goes down and holds up momentarily. Kicks the ball, and it's out of bounds to the Panthers. Wright launches, no good. Moreno had the ball tipped away. Bellarmine takes it coast to coast, and he's fouled in the act of shooting. Bellarmine with 9.7 rebounds will go to the line. First free throw by Bellarmine, clanks. Nova Southeastern playing St. Leo today.
Shanaville came in. I didn't hear them buzz him in. I don't know if they did or not. Apparently they did.
And the second free throw is good. Bellarmine into double-figure scoring now as he makes his third free throw in 6 tries. Near steal in the backcourt. Good pressure defense by the Spartans. They just get the ball across in time and knocked out of bounds. Still Panther basketball. Right baseline. Out on top to Shanaville. Back to Wright. Looking down low, Mackay Noble. But Wright now dishes to Noble. Lost the handle. Out of bounds to Tampa. The ball off the hands of Mackay Noble. He's had an interesting day. Noble with 7 points. But 7 points off the bench. But he had those 4 fouls. He's playing with 4. Been handicapped by that. Well, I have slow internet in here.
It is. It always is.
Freddie Ibrahim thought the ball was tipped.
He didn't touch it.
Freddie Ibrahim thought he was going to maybe get the basketball for Tampa. He thought, though, that somebody had tipped the ball on the pass. It turned out no. Freddie Ibrahim said to the ref right in front of us, he didn't touch it. And the ref said, that's right. And that's why it's their ball. Because your guy threw it out of bounds. Pafanis, good 3-point shooter, has been held in check today. Just only 2 attempts. Murphy to the basket is fouled. And it might be on Downer. If so, that'll be his third. Let's see who the call is on. Murphy to the line to shoot a couple.
Must be on Downer because Brent Duncan getting ready to check in.
No, they actually call it on Bellarmine.
Did they?
His third. Third on Bellarmine. So Bellarmine with 3,
Gamble
he's going
with
in
3. For Bellarmine.
Bellarmine 10.7 rebounds. Cedric has 5 double-doubles this year. He's had 8 games in which he's had double-digit rebounds. He scored 11 at FIT, and he has 10 here today.
They got Tyler Wilson. Lost his balance just before the free throw. Lane violation. And I think that's going to be it for Tyler. You don't come in off the bench and first thing you do is a lane violation.
And Tyler knew it.
Yep.
He just headed right over to the bench at that point.
That makes an impression on the coach. Not a good impression.
No.
John Whitaker quickly into the lineup.
And now full court pressure. Looks like they're going to trap. Spartans do a nice job of beating that. They're still going to stay in the trap, though. Zone trap. Out it goes. Whitaker for three from the corner. It's good!
Cold off the bench.
John Whitaker, who's now 3 for 6 this season. Good percentage.
They say he's a good shooter. They like him in practice because he can light it up and keep the when he runs the scout team, he can be that guy for the other team.
58-41, back to that 17-point lead.
What a nice shot by Wright.
That had equaled the largest. I couldn't even get the words out before it's not the largest anymore. Downer, double team, gets to Whitaker and Moreno. Now they drop back into their zone. Not going to trap here. Whitaker drives, picks it up, gets to Downer. Ibrahim, 6 to shoot. What a nice move! Didn't finish, however.
This wouldn't fall.
Murphy, baseline jumper from 12, rattles around and in. 58-45.
It's a good job by the Spartans there that took the drive away from him, but Murphy's just so talented he pulled up and hit the 12-footer.
Another basket here, and it's 60-45 with 11 minutes to play. Duncan with the basket, the assist by Downer. 3 there, no good. Into the hands of Chanaville. Look what I found. And a 3-point shot there is good.
Pafanis hitting his second 3 of the game.
Yeah. The offensive rebound leads to a hoop. Moreno, nice dish. Ooh, could have been called for a foul. Ibrahim misses. Wright leaves for Noble. Noble dishes out to the corner. Chanaville for 3. He hit it. And that double-digit lead is double digits no more.
17 to 9. I think it was only about a minute ago. You said it was 17.
That went away in a hurry.
That's enough for Richard Schmidt to say, my 3 starters with 3 fouls, get in.
They're all coming in. All 9 fouls are coming off the bench. Whitaker, no good.
Nice rebound
by Duncan. He puts it up and in. Grant Duncan, that's a big basket
Hard
at that
fought,
point.
good basket there. That's a charge? No. Slid in.
Blocking foul called. But you're right, with 9:32 left, here comes Gamble and Colley and Bellarmine, each with 3 fouls. So 62-51 is the score with 9:32 remaining, and we do have the timeout. You're watching it all here on the SSC Digital Network.
And did you know that our team has its own official orthopedic physicians? How about a big shout out to Dr. Seth Gasser and his Florida Orthopedic Institute and their sports medicine team. They keep our players safe. They provide athletic training services and medical care to UT student athletes. And if you're thirsty, grab a Pepsi. Pepsi's been bringing fun and refreshment to consumers for more than 100 years. And if you want a Pepsi, you might be hungry. Pizza Hut is a proud supporter of UT Athletics. Call Pizza Hut today at 251-3399. That's in the Tampa area to get your pizza delivered right to your doorstep. And Courtyard by Marriott at 3805 West Cypress is the official host hotel of the Spartans. So when you visit, be sure to ask for the UT rate for huge savings. Courtyard by Marriott, simply refreshing.
Nova Southeastern at St. Leo today, or at home rather, against St. Leo. Tampa, of course, hosting Florida Tech. Embry-Riddle is home, hosting Florida Southern. Rollins hosting Palm Beach Atlantic, and Barry is playing at Eckerd. Again, all these games are currently underway. Would love to give you a score, but we've I'm having an issue, at least on my iPad right now. Inbounding is Wright. Bounces it into Noble. Noble steps through and shoots over Downer, who got the rebound. Downer's 5th board of the game. He's got 6 points. And 5 block shots, just 1 off his career high. Moreno picks up the dribble. Gamble gives it right back to him. 11-point lead. Gamble for 3 from the wing. No good. And Downer, lucky he didn't pick up a 4th or a 3rd foul right there as he went over the top. Good interior position there. Inside position on the rebound. Under 9 to play. Billy Mims calling out the play. Wright dishing to Murphy. Got it, missed the shot, put back, no. Wright blocked by Downer, that's his 6th. Tying his career high, and he is on a streak. He's got a chance to be freshman of the year, maybe newcomer of the year. We'll see. Gamble calling for the ball in the corner, now gives it back to Colley, who's having a heck of a game himself. Colley with 9 points, 6 boards, 5 assists, and 4 steals. Put up and in! Count it! And 1.
Couple of big buckets by Brent Duncan in the last few minutes. Critical times to keep the Spartans in that double-digit territory.
And Colley just tied his career high with his 6th assist of the game.
Now I'm checking the blocks. They've got 8 as a team now, so I think that might be right.
Free throw good. 3-point play by Duncan. Duncan with 7 points. His career high was 15 against West Florida. Pafanis for 3. Straight away, no. Colley went and got it. Saved it to Downey. Downer got it to Moreno. Moreno brings it across and now holds up. But Colley has that point guard mentality.
Yeah.
He calls for the ball. Let me run the play. He's really orchestrating things out there. And he'll be back next year. He's only a junior. Colley step back 3. Long. Shannonville the rebound. The freshman from Melbourne pushes it ahead. Noble step through move.
Oh, that was halfway down.
It was. Moreno goes and gets it. Into the corner, Colley gives to Gamble. Long 3, NBA 3. Off the iron, Downer got the rebound momentarily, but couldn't secure it. They push. Pafanis for 3. It's up and over the top. And there's timeout on the floor with 7:08 remaining in regulation. It is Tampa 65, Florida Tech 51 here on the SSC Digital Network. .708 left here in regulation. Tampa 65, Florida Tech 51, 14-point lead. Spartans to inbound in the backcourt. Devon Colley dribbles it across the timeline as there's 7 minutes left. Colley is picked up by Chris Cummings, number 12, a freshman from Stark, Florida, Bradford High School. Inbound pass, up and in. Pretty feed by Gamble, and another basket inside by Duncan. He's got 9. Three-point shot by Wright is off the iron. Duncan with another rebound, his 5th. 9 points and 5 boards for Duncan off the bench. Shot no good. Duncan got the rebound. He's on his backside. They call him for traveling. He didn't roll over, but they said apparently his pivot foot or pivot cheek was not secure on the ground. So a traveling violation. 16-point lead for Tampa. 3-point shot is good by Murphy. Murphy now with 19. 5, make that 6 out of 21 now. And 3 of 6 from deep. But 19 points, 3 off his average. Moreno from a corner 3 is an air ball. Murphy with the rebound ahead to Cummings, and he puts it up and in on the layup. Just that fast, it's 67-56.
They've done that a number of times. Spartans get the big lead. Florida Tech answers with 2 or 3 quick baskets, but the Spartans have weathered every storm, taken every shot.
5.5 to play. Spartans up 11. Want to keep playing here. You don't want to play not to lose. You want to play to keep trying to play to win. Moreno to Downer. He had the ball stripped in the hands of Duncan. Puts it up. He's fouled. Brent Duncan with a chance to get into double-figure scoring. And that's the 5th foul on Noble. He fouls out. He played 25 minutes, had 7 points and 2 rebounds, 1 assist. Brent Duncan has only been in double figures 1 time this year. That was when he scored that career-high 15 against West Florida.
Well, you like it because he's doing it in a conference game here.
Yeah. And it rattles around and down. He becomes the 4th Tampa player in double-figure scoring. Remember when they played at FIT? Mm-hmm. It was 5 different players that scored in double figures.
Well, who was lurking?
27
Ibrahim
points of Gamble.
Ibrahim and Colley lurking.
Yeah. Both free throws are good by Duncan. He's an 82% shooter on the year. Bellarmine checks in, and Duncan, what a nice job he's done off the bench. 11 points, 6 rebounds in... They just moved his column
moved
here.
him around, didn't they?
They moved it around in 11 minutes. 11 points in 11 minutes.
He'd have 40 if he played the whole game.
I do have 1 score as Shaunaville launches. No good. Rebound by Downer. At home, Nova Southeastern, top team in the SSC, leading St. Leo 69-55. That with 9:15 to play. Pushing ahead. Wow. 3-point shot there, no good.
And Downer.
Another rebound, his 7th. Driving and dishing to Downer, and he slams it home. Downer, 8 points, 7 rebounds, 6 block shots, and a beautiful assist right there by Gamble, his 3rd assist of the game. Kick to Jordan. Jordan steps in. Right elbow jumper is off the iron. Ibrahim with good defensive position for the rebound. 71-56. Bellarmine puts it up and in! 4 minutes left. And the Spartans pull away to equal their largest lead. Thought about a 3, now shoots the 3, no good, and Downer and Ibrahim fought for the ball. And it went out of bounds off Tampa, so there'll be a timeout on the floor under the 4-minute mark. 3:39 left in this game. It's Tampa 73 and Florida Tech 56 on the SSC Digital Network.
Next up for the Spartans, they are on the road in Winter Park, Florida, to take on Rollins. That is this Wednesday. No game on Saturday. First time in a long time the Spartans will not play a Saturday game. Then on Wednesday the 20th, they are at St. Leo. They do not return home until 2 weeks from tonight. Saturday, February 23rd, when Nova Southeastern, top team in the conference, comes to town.
Well, this game has been pretty much in control from the get-go. I mean, you think about the start of the game, 17-2 was the score.
Yeah.
And it's a 15-point lead just like that, and it's 17 now.
It was down to 54-49. They got it down to 5, and I don't remember if they had possession, a chance to cut it from beyond, but within a few minutes the Spartans had it back up into double digits, got it back up to 17 again, and have been just kind of hanging around that double-digit mark ever since. And that's good to see with the under 4 time out here that, as you mentioned earlier, you play to win this game. You don't play to not lose at the end, and we've seen that before, and it's good to see not happening.
Right, absolutely. Here comes the inbound. It is.
Spartans forgot they didn't have the ball.
Yeah, almost was an easy basket right there. Scooped up, no good, tipped up and around, and Bellarmine rips it down. And here comes Tampa. Colley. Oh, what a nice hesitation move.
Yes.
But here comes Murphy at the other end. Bellarmine blocks it.
No call.
Third block of the game for Bellarmine.
A little finger wag on that one.
Colley misses at the other end. Largest lead of the game, 75-56. 19 points. Bellarmine and Downer just deny you at the rim. Three-point shot is drained right there by Cummings. Just his second made triple of the season. Zipping it around. Here's Gamble losing the ball momentarily. Got it launched to beat the shot clock buzzer. And it almost went down. Now they push ahead in a hurry. And now Bellarmine is going to be called for the foul. Good call there. Bellarmine picks up his 4th personal foul. Six block shots, 7 rebounds, and 8 points for Downer. Again, he might end up with another triple-double. I talked about it earlier in the season. There was one game in high school that he scored 30 points, had 20 rebounds, and blocked 10 shots. So we haven't seen that yet, but it could be coming.
Oh, yeah.
At Eckerd, there's 1:10 left, and the Tritons lead Barry 75-60. A little slow loading. I'm giving the scores one at a time.
Okay. That game may be over for 10 minutes by now.
Yeah, it could happen. Here's Colley ahead of the pack. Kept the dribble, and now they'll come out and run a little clock. 16-point lead with 2:05 to play. Colley picked up by Wright. Gives to Gamble. Gamble's double team. Gives to Colley for 3. No good. I think it's off Murphy, isn't it? Yes,
I think so. I thought they were really trying to foul Gamble just to get the ball, but the refs didn't bite.
Inbound to Gamble. How about that?
Leaping at the wheel there.
Oh, my. And they stole it. Colley is on fire. Devon Colley. How dare you? That was unbelievable. And Downer almost got another block shot. And now Billy Mims is going to clear the bench and raise the white flag. 20-point lead with 1:35 to play. What an all-around performance. 5 players in double figures scoring. And you got Ibrahim with 9 and Downer with 8. I mean, you almost have 7.
The bench too.
Yep. He is indeed. Zach Patterson coming into the game, along with Tyler Wilson and Whitaker. Brent Brendan Baker as well. What a game. I mean, Collie was just spectacular. He had 4 steals in the first half, which was a new career high.
7 assists, 6 rebounds.
And 13 points, tied for the team scoring lead at the moment.
And only 2 turnovers.
And 5 steals officially as he heads to the bench.
No blocks, though?
Oh, let me look. Maybe he did have one.
I don't
we'll
think
see.
so.
Yeah, no blocks. No blocks. So 20 points. It won't be a 30-point win like it was at FIT, but it's still a pretty spectacular performance by the Spartans. Jamil Hornsby into the game for Tampa as well, number 10. And going up and in is Pape, the 6'8 center, with his first points of the game. He started. Tyler Wilson gets out of trouble, drives, throws up a miraculous shot, and is fouled. 47 seconds left.
Maybe a long, sloppy 47 seconds here.
It could be. It could be. Collie spectacular. Didn't have a great shooting day, 4-15, but as we mentioned, just did so many other things and really set the tone in the first half with those 4 steals, but ends the game with 5, another career high. 13 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists for Gamble. 12 points, 9 rebounds for Bellarmine. 11 points, 6 rebounds in 11 minutes for Duncan. 10 points in 21 minutes off the bench for Moreno. He had all 10 in 10 minutes in the first half.
Nice drive there by Craik to get that bucket.
Hornsby gets out of trouble, puts it ahead to Patterson, and Patterson just pulls it out. Hornsby, who hasn't scored all year, to the basket, puts it up, and in!
I think the bench knows, huh?
Yeah, Jamil Hornsby, his first points of the season.
And I said that last game. He drove a lot and kept kicking it out. Like, no, take it to the hoop once in a while.
Tyler Wilson! Oh! Blows the dunk.
You know, when you're up 20 or so, you can laugh at it.
Well, and there would be some who say, hey, that would have been, you're talking about players that don't play as often, so you're not disrespecting the other opponent as if you would if your starters were still in there doing that. But there's the buzzer. This one is over, and the Spartans get the win, 81-63. University of Tampa winning its second straight game after losing 7 straight. The Spartans are now 11-12 overall, 5-10 in the Sunshine State Conference. The Panthers of Florida Tech have now lost 9 of their last 10 All-SSC games. They fall to 8-14, 2-12 in conference play. Only one Florida Tech player in double-figure scoring, just like it was when they played at FIT. And again, it was Murphy. Murphy had 33 in the game there on his home floor. He has 19 in this game. He was 6 of 23 from the floor. He had 6 rebounds and 4 assists. The SSC's leading scorer held under his scoring average, which is 22.6. So 9 points for Wright. 9 points, check that, 7 points for Noble before fouling out. But Devon Collie gets the win here with the Tampa Spartans. Congratulations to Devon. We're going to have him put the headset on and visit with us here very briefly. But Devon set the tone, as I mentioned, in the first half with 4 steals, a new career high in the first half. It wasn't even halftime and you had 4 steals. So, but you picked the pocket. I mean, you